I'm with you.
I didn't order it.
And they look like the sides line up.
We would like you to make one,
Wood,
though.
not MDF.
Yeah, it was.
That would be great if you could make
older,
one.
did a dark stain on them, and they, they came down, but they had a flat spot in it, and had shelves in it.
Well, maybe we'll have to recommend
But
that.
it had a panel look to it too, so it looked.
Oh, yes. All right. It is now 6:31. Call this meeting to order on April 26th, 2022. Approval of the agenda. Anybody have any changes? Anything they'd like to add? Look for a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Who was second? Sorry.
I was first.
I think Melissa was second, right?
No, I wasn't.
Ryan was second.
Ryan.
All right,
Sorry.
perfect. All right, March 8th meeting, minutes. Did we have a chance to go through? Anything anybody'd like to change? Corrections?
Not that
I had nothing. Everything seemed pretty straightforward. Pretty basic meeting, so. If nobody has anything to add or change, I look for a motion to approve the last council meeting minutes from,
Make a motion to approve the minutes
for the park board.
for the pork park.
do I have a second?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Seconded it.
All right. Let's get down to business. Okay, Old School House Park Pavilion.
Okay, so, yeah, sorry it's been a little bit to get back together this month. So I did provide you with an updated email as far as a timeline. So tonight we're kind of going over the updated plans. So this meeting got pushed off because we hadn't had the updated plans yet from the architect before our regular meeting. Me and Kyle had met with the architect to have him do some final revision or final draft revisions based on comments that were at the park commission and then the city council. So the city council did move forward at their meeting to get the design work and documentation for the bidding process moving forward. So we will review those plans, and then most else is the same as before as far as our financials, how we're going to pay for it, and then bidding with or without alternates. We gotta kind of finalize that as well. So, I think me and Kyle will kind of highlight the areas that you'll see changes, and then we just wanted to do some final comments because I think the timeline will go pretty fast otherwise, to get this going out for bid. So, and I think the architect just has to do their final electrical and grading plan, right, Kyle, and just get everything ready for bidding.
When do they think they got that done?
Did I include that I know I did in the email. I forget if I put it in your packet. I think it would be in June, early June. Shoot. I don't know if anybody has the email.
Hold, please.
Buffering.
Early June finalization, drawing and place out to bid. Mid-June open bids.
Yeah, so I think in the next couple of months, things will get going pretty quickly. So, some of the changes you'll see, and I'll have Kyle probably knows, I'm probably gonna miss something. So Kyle, we ended up raising the roof 2 feet, right?
I actually think it was already high enough
It was high enough, okay.
So we can extend it out another 8 feet and still have over 8 feet of, till the roof line.
Okay,
We
yeah,
Added on a concession stand, if you wanted to bulldoze the one we already have, add on another one, it's still, roof line would still be 8 feet.
You can put a little
Yeah.
pitch
So
on
it could
it
be
too.
8 foot wide.
It'd be 8 feet tall. To the bottom of the
Oh.
soffit for the roof, when it comes out right now, it's like 9 foot, probably something, if I remember right. I can't remember off the top of my head.
yeah,
but-
let me see if,
How far out can you build then?
As far as you want, until the roof line, I guess. I mean, 8 feet for sure, which is what the, I believe, the old kitchen, the original, your design had was, I thought was an 8 feet kitchen.
yeah,
But you could
One
run the
thing
roof line all the
we-
way around, I don't know, 7 feet if I guess you wanted to. And still be. all
'Cause I-
right. 8 foot's kind of like, I don't know, most standard.
Right.
roof line there, so.
You said we
yeah,
can go. We can go 8. It's 8-1 basically. I mean, we can go 8 feet and lose it. Yeah.
Yep,
We could add 16 feet if we wanted down to 7 foot,
yeah.
If you really push it.
if you really wanted.
Yeah, the big question that we wanted to confirm is that we would have the ability to expand in the future. And he did confirm that.
And we can definitely confirm that. But yeah, he added on an 8 foot kitchen area, or 8 feet out as wide as the building, so it was like 8 by 30 or whatever the building is. And it was the whole length and with the door on the one end and then you just continue the roof line all the way down and add more seating underneath, or you could just do the roof and just have it jumped out.
Right, for the concession, or
Yeah.
however that ends up
Yep.
being in the future.
Yep.
This is a great.
And then another change is we did push the building back 2 feet, to get more space. I think one thing we have to discuss yet is the screening.
Yeah, Maggie
Kyle?
mentioned something about screen, I know, Ryan, you mentioned something in your email I saw about screen. I guess the original plan I thought was to move the bathrooms back and then to put different seating in front of the bathrooms, so they wouldn't, was the screening just to screen the bathroom so people don't see?
Well, yeah. just
Or was
to-
it to hide the
just
smell?
Yeah, just hide and just so it, so people don't have to see someone walking in the bathroom and they're in there type of thing.
Right.
Just do a 42-inch wall type of thing, knee-high wall, so you
Right,
can
I know
still see
on the
in there type
bathroom
of-
doors, I know we had them open in now, I think before they
Yep.
were opening out,
Out.
but then my concern was, if someone flies open and the kids running by.
Yeah, right, and makes sense.
Yep, yep.
Um,
I know architects kind of had some security reasons, someone could blockade the door then, but I mean,
But as I'm looking at page 10 here, page 10, as I look at this, kind of the way the measurement is laid out, the 28.8 feet, 28 foot 8 inches.
Yep.
Does everybody follow me?
Yep.
Page 10.
Total.
I have it right here too.
Yeah, right there. So kind of where that block is, if you look at it, that's not a bad place to put a wall. And then you could put tables, picnic tables out from that wall. Sometimes people, you go to places where people like the table up to the wall. They can hide kids back in the corner. They can, you know what I mean? So,
there's a laser pointer in that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. So if we look here, I'm looking at this wall here. Okay, it's not a wall now.
You're saying the
but
dimension line
the-
could be
The
a wall.
dimension line could be a wall,
Sure.
right? And then you could run tables off of it this way,
Yeah.
right?
Or leave a little gap, whatever you decide.
Whatever, but I mean,
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of all the tables having to run this way, you could run the
Oh,
tables
right
coming
wall
off
in front of the bathroom.
right in front of the bathrooms,
That's what I was getting at, just to.
and then you still have the privacy of the bathroom, who's coming
I
and
thought it was
going.
just screening in front of
If this is capped, it gives a little ledge for people to set whatever they want to set on it.
Well, we could put outlets in that wall then. too.
also
We could, right,
What if you just put I know it's probably not ideal to put a bar top rail,
but you could,
but you essentially could hide people in the bathroom, but
right?
but
You know.
I'm just saying that would be an ideal
Yeah, I mean, I just
wall
thought,
for it, but not an ideal place.
I just thought, something like that, you know, like you say, 42 inches high or something, and it
Maybe
just gives
5
that little
feet.
bit of privacy
Yeah.
going in and out of the bathroom.
I guess the other was security in front of the door, so, you know, make it all exposed, I guess, having it all open.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
You know,
thought of
so
that
kids
too.
Can't duck behind.
Right,
and stuff.
I thought of that too, sitting back there, you know, doing the things that, you know, none of us did as kids.
But, I mean, I definitely do something like that as an alternate, you know, to see. Hey, what-
And in all honesty, it could be an open block.
yeah.
I was thinking in my head, when you said it, I was picturing more almost like a wooden fence type of thing.
Right.
Where like, it's
Yeah,
not
I
even a
was-
wall,
so
it's
screen-
just like a
Slab.
A
Like
screen.
lattice.
yeah.
And like I say, they
Yeah,
make that
something like
open, that open kind of decorative rock or
What if-
block, you know, just something to
Yeah,
kind of
exposed block.
separate it.
What if we just did partitions, floor to ceiling, in front of each door,
That's kind
with
of
spaces in between?
Right, so that's kind of what I was thinking as an add-on. I mean, we could do it as an add-on, or we could see what, if it's an issue or becomes an issue later, we can always add that. You know,
Add
a
it in.
cedar or a maintenance-free type screening, kind of like stalls in the
Yeah.
bathroom. You know, I know I've seen that places before.
And I wouldn't want I think a continuous wall would, I mean, you'd at least want an opening. I don't know, it's just kind of weird to like go all the way around. Maybe not, I guess, but
And you'd probably want like wood so you can leave the bottom open
Yeah.
a little so you
Yeah.
could.
You'd wanna be able to see
something.
feet and-
Through, you can
Yep.
see feet and, right.
But it'd be kind of nice, maybe you could
I'm
hang.
gonna give it, even like a cedar look, I'd give it kind of more of a warm.
But you could
Right.
maybe hang, you know, a Lions banner or a City of Mayor, or, you know, on all three of them would be kind of, or advertising, you know, I don't know.
And it is something, I mean, if we don't go with a concrete structure, even a concrete structure could be added later on.
you can,
I mean,
you
it's
can,
not-
you can core the concrete and not post for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's-
You guys
it's-
could do that, you know, like.
Right, so
Big
that's
area, so
something,
we may do it and be like, oh, hey, this would be.
Why don't we?
right,
Why don't we wait and see what it looks like? I hate
I
to say
agree.
it when it's done, and we can go from there.
I agree.
Because this screening, yeah, the cost later is
It's
not
very
any,
minimal.
not any really.
Yeah,
more
you're
than
not
having it
talking
done with
anything
it, so.
large, I mean.
The
we're
only
not
thing you'd
talking-
have to worry about is if you were gonna put, say, power,
Yeah.
or,
Well, overhead.
true, you could
Yeah, you
run
could
it,
drop
yeah.
it down.
What
So-
about, are the beams metal or wood?
Are the beams going across?
Yeah.
So that was something
The main beams.
he was gonna check on, was it'd be either a laminated beam
Lam beam.
of some sort, or it could be also be metal. He was gonna check either.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
wasn't
getting
sure if
at
they're
is
gonna
if
be
we do
I-beam
this-
or,
If we do the screens in front of the door, because then we can outline and do a metal frame and do wood slats in the center to
Yep.
tie in with the roof beams
yep,
and kind of, you know, you powder coat the black frame and then do a nice wood in the middle just to class it up a little bit.
and we do have a pretty good metal fabricator on hand, so.
Don't tell him that, his engine's. We're actually probably gonna be doing something similar to that in the parks this year, hopefully, for the BIF, the BIFs, we're gonna
Nice.
reinstall them, so.
Okay, all right, so, yeah, I think we're all in agreement that maybe we just hold off on the screening. for
Yeah,
now.
because that could be done later, yeah.
Right, that's something we may
Whether or
wanna
not we can
change in the
tie and
future.
put a viewing screen there type of thing, we could tie it in somehow,
Right,
you know, make something in the middle, then, you know, flank off of that type of thing.
Yep.
Have some doorways to go into the bathrooms.
And you're right, it is a big space. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot in there to configure out however you'd like. I mean, you could even, yeah, well, like with your table, that you could run 2 tables tall, you know,
Right.
off of there. Like, that's pretty sizable.
yeah, so, okay, perfect.
The wing walls, or the countertops on the side,
We, actually eliminated the wall going all the way up. Mike, can I have that laser pointer?
No, it's my turn.
I gotta share, right?
Yeah.
And where are
So
the
this
parks?
wall, it used to go all the way up, and then visually, I was just talking with the architect, what do you think about having it all the way open? So then you can,
Okay,
having, more visual space, but still have the support there for the countertop, because I believe these are gonna be concrete countertops.
yes,
that's
that's what's
what's
in the plan.
Yep, and then you also be able to see the drinking fountains, kinda, otherwise they're kinda hidden behind that one wall right here.
I do like the open design, it
And have
doesn't
less
collect.
block too, so
And it doesn't collect
Right.
stuff in the corners,
Right.
Okay.
I like it open, yeah.
right? It lets things kind of blow through or blow open and,
That could be a bad thing though, too.
Yeah.
You are hosting a party.
yeah.
But
wait,
it doesn't really matter. The wind can swirl in there just as well.
It could go, yeah, right? Devil's advocate. You could go
Right.
either way on that.
Yeah, you definitely could
I'm
go
gonna
with
cool
it.
off my food real fast.
Then again, we could put a screen on the one end, you know, when we get it.
And we could tie that and do the same
We
thing.
could
Right,
extend the
and-
bathroom,
and-
extend
yeah.
the bathroom screen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of, this is a good base
Yep.
to start with, and we
Right.
can always expand from here.
Right.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, I mean, that knocks it back. I mean, was this 2 feet, 3 feet? I mean, that gives it more. It's just like taking 2 feet out of your wall in a
Right.
house, you know.
I like that.
Really opens it up. You
Yep.
see the ball field more.
The only thing I could say is like when you talk to the architect about electrical schedule is getting some junction boxes into the roof areas. So it's an easy access so we can pull conduit to do things down the road. Is what I'm.
Yeah, get a couple of junction boxes up. Are we
Yes.
planning on putting lights in here?
Yeah.
Motion lights then too, like for daylight down
Just
in.
on a photo eye, and they're just gonna be on because.
Okay.
And LEDs, of course.
Yep.
I think the
Yep.
plan is to put wall pack, like a wall pack on this, over here, in the back, and also some downlight, like, up in the structure itself, like right here.
Yeah.
And maybe one over on this side to shine down.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, it'll brighten up the park, it'll, you know,
Right.
security, in my opinion.
For sure,
you can't
for
have too many-
security.
Right.
too many lights.
Yeah.
So, and LEDs nowadays, I mean.
Oh, they draw nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Yep. I mean,
so
we got
minimal.
street lights all over, so the city can afford to put a few lights in this.
Yeah.
I love lighting. You might have to tell, hey Kyle, back up the lighting.
I like
Well,
that. Lighting is awesome.
You can always
More light,
warm
the
them
better.
up too, you know,
Right.
since they're LED.
Yep. Yep.
And one thing me and Kyle talked about too with the architect is having automatic locked bathrooms. So they would be on a timer. So they would automatically, just because we have limited staffing, we don't want to have Public Works come in at 8 or 9 every night to lock them. And so we would have a system that would automatically lock them.
Great.
I'm
But
assuming,
people would still be able to get out
Yeah.
if they're in there at that time.
Yeah, yeah, they have the panic bar that opens one direction.
Right.
Right.
And so my biggest thing is the kids in there changing, also the mom's outside, the kids inside, the big box. It's like, uh-oh, you know.
Yeah.
We'll have emergency
Push
numbers
the
there,
bar.
You know, yeah. So hopefully that only
Okay.
happens few and far between, but otherwise, I think
Let's hope the
automatic.
water park's not open until 8 o'clock at night or something.
But with a timer, we can, you know, structure that however we need
Right.
to structure
We
it.
can
So,
change it at any point, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think splash pads can be on timers too, so everything can kind of shut
perfect.
down at one time.
You wanna go to one of the aerials?
Maybe give the bathrooms 15 minutes longer.
Well, I guess that one, all right, we can. So that was, we backed the building up right to the edge of
Yep.
the concrete, and then we
Yeah.
just put
That's
a little
perfect.
slab right here.
cool.
We talked about adding a slab all the way the length of it, but I was like, I mean, cut costs, concrete costs, I mean, that's quite a bit of concrete that we're.
Well, and then if you ever
that's all we
do,
need.
if you ever do go to expand, you're only taking out that little chunk of
Yeah.
concrete. We're not
And if you
knocking out a
wanted
hole.
And if you wanted something, you could put class 5 there, so you could get.
Yeah, you could,
Yeah.
you know,
Good
put a,
stepping stones or.
Right.
I
mean-
maybe you could, but I will be fine with grass, so it'll just be grass up to here. And I
Yeah.
was kinda, I don't know, that's one thing we haven't talked about is landscaping. But, more than likely temporarily it'll be grass over here. This is gravel currently. I don't know if we're gonna wanna put a buffer of grass here.
I would like to see grass all the way around.
I kinda want to go that way because then we'll put the trailhead.
Yep,
right here to the
going-
park,
yep.
And this, you know, grass here, grass here.
I think
A couple walking paths to it on
Right,
basically
yep.
north, south,
Maybe-
what- east and west. or-
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do,
We
yeah.
might leave them gravel.
like we do
for now, but
downtown.
have,
Yeah.
like, grass
Yeah,
islands.
put
I
pots
would
out
just do pots.
by the post with
I wouldn't
flowers
put
in it.
anything permanent in.
No.
This way, if anybody
Yeah.
screws with it, it's easily fixable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once that splash pad, we don't know where it's splat, it might be over here, it might be kind of wrapped
Exactly.
around here. And then once we, more than likely we'll blacktop that parking lot and stuff out there, so.
Yeah, grass. I like grass. I mean, grass is easy. People can track wherever they want to track. They're not, you know.
That's easy enough finish work where Brian and I can just do that kind of stuff, so.
And then if someone's sitting at a table where the walking path is, you don't have to like walk right by them.
Right.
Right.
Is there going to be a gutter on the back side?
Yes. Yep, we did verify that.
What
On
was
the
it?
back side of the building.
Yep. It'll, I think there's gonna be a couple and we're just gonna run them down the backside, like one right here, one right here.
Nice.
Or maybe, I don't know if he was gonna, I think maybe, no, I think it was right here and right here.
Okay.
Are we gonna do an alternate for shingle roof, or is that?
I think it is.
It's
you said
metal
it's
with a white rubber membrane
membrane.
because that'll be the cheapest route.
And it's lower maintenance, right, Kyle?
Council wanted maybe a shingle alternate to see what the cost would be, right, in their meeting?
With this roof, I don't know if we can do shingles. We'd have to change the whole
I'll
roof
have to look at my,
design.
Yeah, I think,
I'll have to look at
Is
my
it
notes. I
full
don't remember.
three-pitch
Cause
then?
it was Mike Dodge
Or is it a
asked about
three-pitch or
shingle.
not?
Well, you probably don't have, you don't have sheathing and all that, right? Like,
Yeah, so it'll be kind of like a roof on the community center is kind of what it's gonna be. So it's gonna be
Yeah, like the.
Yep.
the sheeting all the way around.
I'll
the
double
drop
check on
down.
that.
Have some scuppers?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I think they had asked about it, but then I thought we
Yeah.
said that
Yeah.
we were.
Was that when they approved the plans? Did they ask that?
Yeah.
Did they?
what was the reason why they, do you know, why they?
He thought it would look nicer
Oh.
with shingles.
thing is, I don't think who's gonna see it unless you're flying in an airplane.
Right, unless you're flying over an airplane.
So it'll just be, yeah, like a black.
Because the
belt.
hill is right behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I'm
not
fine.
gonna see
I'm
that.
fine with not, But I
I
wanna
mean,
address everything
You
that you
Right.
talked
could
about.
maybe see it coming up, a little bit of it coming up.
gonna notice?
Well, and, yeah, I don't walk
I got
around
bigger
staring
things,
at roofs,
right?
yeah, no.
We have bigger things bigger fish to
Exactly.
fry than,
I don't even know if we could do that as alternative just because of the roof line.
No,
I don't think we.
well, maybe that's the
Yeah, just the
explanation we
design.
give.
Yeah, and that's,
and that's fine,
Yep.
yeah.
is what it is.
Especially if we add on, cause that flow, that pitch
Yep.
of that last section is not gonna be, you need something that really flows.
And then I think as far as brick, we were gonna try and match the concession stand.
Just the well house and the concessions, yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
guys okay with?
We already have that kind of established, so
Yeah.
might as well, I mean, it just
Yep,
pays
that
to
makes
stick
sense.
with that
Yep.
same. I agree with that.
Okay.
Did you have a chance to talk to anybody on the double drinking fountain?
Oh,
Both sides?
I was gonna bring that up. Kyle, was there a reason why we have two different levels? Do we need that?
No, we probably do one on each side.
One on each side?
Do one on the low end on
one
the other
high,
side and
one
one
low.
high.
Right, and we could do it that way too,
Yep,
right?
that's
One
what I
on
would
the
do.
Short side
Yep.
and,
I don't know what the cost. Yeah,
Mm.
probably a lot nowadays.
right. And
Yeah,
that's,
one on the
I mean,
splash side and.
I like the bottle filling station.
Yeah.
I like
Yep.
that idea.
Yeah, because everybody has a water bottle
Right.
nowadays.
Yeah,
Right.
you're gonna.
Or if there's
I would
just a
say you should have
standard
two of
height.
them.
I bet there's just a standard height, Maggie, for.
Right. We'll talk to him.
'Cause
'Cause,
it-
like, yeah,
one-
we could just do two water filling ones.
At least one of them's gotta be wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
They should just both.
Adults
They
gotta
should both
bend over a
be.
little bit more, big deal.
If you want, are you just thinking cost wise, eliminate the other one?
As far as,
Like why go from 2 to 1?
I
just
don't
think it
see a
looks goofy?
reason for two.
Sure.
I don't know. It's just,
There
to
might be
me,
a lot
it's
of kids
kind
in
of,
the
Yeah, but
summer
if you have a
that
bunch
run
of
up
kids
and
piling
they're
up.
waiting.
Kids on the playground, kids in the.
I mean, maybe on one end, it just seems odd to me to have 4 drinking fountains. And maybe I'm odd, but,
People want to drink
I mean, I
Kyle's
think when you
water.
run the, like, in terms of plumbing, very, very minor cost. to the other one.
Absolutely, yeah,
And
it's
the, and
just
the
another
actual
piece of
drinking
copper.
fountain itself is probably it can't be much more than like $1,000.
Yeah.
I think they'll be
Like-
popular though, once the splash
Yeah.
pad's in and stuff.
Because it seems like a minor cost in terms of the whole thing. I would err on the side of having more, especially if you got parties out here or something, and if you got separate parties
Separate
or something
parties,
like
yep.
that, you know.
I guess the only other concern that I have is winterization on those. On the drinking fountains. Cause I know some of those that have the cooling systems in them are not fun to deal with.
No, and I don't know if these have bottle stations, I'm sure they have cooling. Cause I know we got 2 down.
Cooling and filtration. They come with filters also.
So we'll definitely. I'm fine crossing that bridge when we come to it.
Okay,
What do you have to do, like back blow 'em or something then?
Basically, like an irrigation system, I'm sure, blow them out.
yeah, but you have to deal with the,
All
Why
the-
don't you just unplug it?
Refrigerant?
Can't the
it
compressor
can,
sit-
the compressor and
sit
stuff
over
can
winter?
sit, but I know, talking to other people.
You
they-
wrap
I feel like
them?
you gotta bag them.
Bag,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think you
right.
wrap them.
There's some kind of, there's something you gotta do with them, and like I said, I know other areas, the guys in Waconia would know.
Can we build
Yeah, they
some
would.
sort
Yeah.
of structure that
Yeah,
just
that's what I was
hangs
just gonna
over
say,
it?
like a
Yep.
big
An insulated structure
insulated,
that
rigid
locks
foam,
on?
just whoop.
So that, I mean, that could be another,
It's done.
Yeah.
that's another thing that we can tackle when that time comes. My only other question was, you had towel racks in here? Do we want paper towels or hand dryers?
I'd say hand dryers.
Yeah, I think we were trying to talk to him about the most automatic fixtures.
Let's splurge on like the Dyson ones.
The nice,
The
those
nice
things work.
ones that actually blow your hands
They
up.
work, man.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Well, but those sort of. No.
No.
Just whoosh. Well, okay, we're done.
Yeah, but those other ones are nice, to dry your hair.
No,
Well, yeah, you could turn the spout.
Like if
Dry your shoes out,
if you're out in the water park.
I suppose the
dry your
Dyson
hair.
one, you could take your shoes off. No,
Right, it's been done.
I see Chad
I don't know
sitting
about
there
you.
all mad.
I gotta walk 2 blocks home. Who denied this?
I think we were thinking all automatic fixtures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Also
Automatic
water,
toilets,
even
automatic
like the
sink.
water spouts, because we don't want people
Contactless.
turning it
Yep.
Yep.
on and leaving it on.
That's a great idea.
It's kind of a win-lose, win-win. I mean, because the fixtures are expensive, but when you always think about vandalism, they're not the most vandal-proof, I don't think, but.
Well, let's hope if, we
Yeah,
have
like
blocks
again,
and
we'll
stuff.
cross the bridge when we come to it. and
Right.
I don't know, being a mayor 8 years, I mean, we've had very little vandalism compared to a lot of other cities, so we're pretty good.
It's
But
pretty-
there's always one person at the party you don't want there, so.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
And this might attract more, especially on some splash pads there.
And
around
brand new.
counters and that kind of stuff, so.
So. No, I love the design. I think it's a great concept. Thank you for, both
all
of
your
you,
hard
for
work.
thinking outside of the box and looking at things from a different angle. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
great.
think Kyle gets most of the credit for that. I think, so I gotta push it that way, so. No, I think it turned out, like, from what we were at to kind of getting this put together in such a short period of time to get something that still meets our needs and is awesome, and within a lower budget, so. Yeah,
Right, I agree.
I think it looks great.
So is he still saying the 275, 300?
I'm not sure. I'm a little worried about that, to be honest, just from what I'm hearing from, like, excavator companies and stuff on concrete and stormwater pipe, and I know the new subdivision going in over here, it's just kinda like,
Well, what if we,
just with fuel charges and everything, concrete has gone up now, so.
if we'd bring to council not to exceed like 325,000?
well, we could, so what we do, I think they've already approved kind of moving forward.
Yeah.
so that
Yep, we
Yep.
did.
Send
So
it
the
out for bid and
bid-
everything now.
When the bids come in,
Yeah.
when the bids come in, we can assess at that time, like if it's like the range, and we can say, see if it fits. It's ultimately up to you guys to decide if you want to recommend going forward to the council with the bids that come in.
We'll do the bid
so
opening, and I think it has to come back to park board. You guys will recommend it, or,
Deny it, or,
'cause even like with the other one, it came in at 300,000.
Yeah.
300,000, but now it's just like, man, that's, when you think back, it's like, we should have built it.
Yeah, should have spent the money.
So,
yeah, I
How
think
many bidders you think will
I don't,
entertain?
you
not
just
sure.
never know. Like, the fire station got like 20 bids. I've had projects that have only gotten 3, so
Right.
it's just really timing,
Yep.
who's available.
Do you reach out then to?
It gets posted to a site,
Okay,
Able to share it with builders? Is that like okay? for us?
yeah, I think you can,
I
We
would
could
say
probably
so.
have I wonder if there's a link. I think there's a link that they have.
yeah, there's a
Bidding and stuff.
link that goes
So you
on
get-
like a.
Maybe email it out to us.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes to a statewide bidding.
Yep.
And so as long as,
I know people that could bid on it.
yeah, as long as people are
You want it.
confident they can do the project, I think anybody can bid on it,
Okay.
so. Everybody gets the same spec sheet, so.
And when do you think we'll have a cost for sewer and water?
I have it.
You have it?
You want to know what it is?
Tell
So, I got 2 costs. $28,000 to run water and sewer. That's running 2 water services right away, one for the splash pad and one for the shelter, or for the bathrooms, and sewer down through Old Schoolhouse. That was the cheapest.
How big a water line?
Water line, we only needed it, on the one splash pad, it was just a 1 inch, but we did it 1.5 inches,
Okay.
2 of them.
Cause you really
So will
only
there
need
be-
it, like,
Like a 6-inch stub coming off by that hydrant? Will you run a 6-inch,
Two separate service lines.
2 separate service lines? So 1.5 inch
10
cords?
inch or a 12-inch main right there, so there's to be 2-inch stubs coming off.
Okay,
Two 1.5.
2 1.5 inch, okay.
I
'Cause it's
tried,
if
I
we-
thought, I almost, once I get into 2-inch, it's like, whoo.
I know.
You know, so,
Right.
and I thought about stubbing a 6-inch water line out, but that's like, ooh, so,
Well, that's what yeah.
Yeah, and I think we were basing it off of if we do the recirculation splash pad, which we want to do
That's-
because.
that is what
I
we
don't
wanna-
think it's viable even to do, I mean,
If we-
water
if-
costs would be ridiculous. if
water
we
costs would be
did-
ridiculous, and then you gotta do a 3-inch or 4-inch
Right.
main.
Yeah, you have
to
to
it.
do.
So I was actually pretty surprised when it was only a 1-inch line.
Mm-hmm.
And another brainstorm I had, too bad we're not doing both these at the same time, both these projects, because that mechanical room, if we could have made that big enough to handle all the splash pad.
Oh, trust me, that went through my head too.
Oh, so I even asked Maggie how much room we need, but we just can't get until we, I think, figure out the type of splash pad we want.
Could we add that though in, like with the expansion,
It'll like,
if we did that at the same time?
Yeah, we'll put feeder tubes, but I don't know if we expand the depth, because this is just a 4-foot, hall,
Right.
So I don't know if you expand it and made it 8 feet, but
Boy,
then
that'd
you
be-
still run the risk. It's like, well, is it gonna work? You would think it would, and I mean,
So what, do we just have a separate heated splash pad?
yeah, there's
house?
gonna have to be a separate building.
Okay.
and it's
area
actually
somewhere.
pretty, like the pictures I saw, like when we reviewed it some time ago, it's like a flat little,
Is it a little,
it's
like,
not even high,
even a
it's just like a
building?
little flat,
Okay.
Like an old
like,
farm pump house, like?
Yeah, maybe,
it's,
yeah.
it's pretty, it's only
One
like
of
a
those
couple.
shovel storage bins type thing.
Oh, that wouldn't
Yeah.
be so bad.
Oh, is there any way to reach out to a couple of these splash pad companies and go, what do you need for mechanical?
We did,
Oh,
yeah. So
and-
they were able to get back at least the water sewer. We did have a drawing of the recirculation system.
So yeah, it'd be a tank in the ground as a recirculation
Yeah.
system with pumps and stuff, I'm assuming that goes through, and then in that room, we need the chlorine and that sort of stuff, I think.
It's just
I mean,
gotta
that
be
way-
so
So
curious.
variable
And
based on
that
the
way, I mean, if we
manufacturer.
needed to bump that room another foot to the east, I mean, we could do it right away and be done, and then
Right,
we don't
right.
have another shit out there
So
to.
it'd be too costly then to run lines to the water treatment facility and back, right?
Yes, yes, it would.
Okay. I was just thinking, if that's all we're doing, I'm like, there's a building right there.
It needs a little bit more chlorine than what we put in. our-
Yeah, a little bit more chlorine. That's,
But it's.
But that is still something, honestly, I think about it all the time.
We can do, we
I think
can,
we'll
maybe
maybe-
let's do one final assessment on that,
Yeah,
Kyle.
let's do that, Maggie.
Yeah.
Let's just see, and yet have some feeder tubes, and then if we get by with just one water line, and I would assume you almost could, 1.5 inches. I mean, it's only the chances that you're filling the tank and flushing the bathrooms and stuff, it's just.
Well, couldn't you
You
give like,
have to flush all of them at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the difference,
Right.
like-
Yeah.
to even affect anything, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, then
friction loss.
that would drop
Have
the
to
cost of
calculate it
another
out.
water line by $4,000, and and then the cost of the splash pad, so you don't have to build the structure or have another,
Yeah, we'll double check. We'll see if we can reach out this week, and then, yeah, the goal is to be as efficient as possible.
That'd be a poly line, right?
yes, copper is
Yeah, 'cause
just easy.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to do copper.
can
Yeah.
we just give that building a hernia for now and? Well, we're building it. I mean, now it'd be the time.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know if it really, if we wanted to make it another, if we could get by with just this.
Even from the door over, if we made that 8 feet, you'd still have room to, I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get,
Well,
well,
that's only 4 more feet out, so we'd still have 12 feet of room to add
problem-
on.
Yeah, but your whole roof line goes like that, right?
Right.
Like it's not, the cost is not, not just the block.
No,
it's
I know.
here.
Right, it's roof,
Oh,
it's
if any- I mean,
extension of
I-
roof line. and
No, we don't wanna lose space inside the structure, but if we shrunk it up to, I mean, I know we moved it back, but no, it'd be coming back, but,
Yeah.
adding
There's a
2
foot or
feet.
something like that. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
bad.
that's just it. If we can have some feeder tubes or something like right here, and we can have our whole system kinda
In that
on this
area.
'Cause that
wall in
wall's
this
not-
area, you know?
That wall's not structural, right? Like the whole.
No,
thing
no,
is
the only.
freestanding.
Actually, I take that back. I think it is kind of structural because
Oh.
we only have.
Because the beams aren't supported, yeah.
So, yeah,
so
the beams
rear
will be
one-
supported kinda.
Yeah,
Those
on
wing
the-
walls,
Yep.
like the flanking walls.
Kyle, do you
Sure, that'd be
know,
core filled.
though, I think one thing we'd have to look at is like the recirculation system. If it is on top of it, then it,
Might
like,
need to be, like,
Yeah, I
you
don't-
might need infrastructure on top of the recirc system anyway.
so we'd have to look like how that's structured.
yeah,
If
if
it
it's
can be off
tubes
of
or
it, or if it's.
You know how it's plumbed.
Well,
If it just feed a 6-inch tube down through the concrete and.
Yeah, a feeder
work-
tube.
And then.
yep, a feeder
okay,
tube,
Okay.
yep, yep.
And so we can run our lines down through there, and then I don't know what size lines you need, and that's sort of how many.
Well,
So you
maybe.
can
just
almost
think
run
that's-
2 4-inch line feeder tube down under the foundation and just have them stubbed and capped for now, and,
Yep.
I mean, I think that'd be wise.
I'll even put a 12-inch, who cares, just to have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, who knows how many pipes are gonna be running.
Well,
back
and
there.
what code is and everything else. I mean, that's just,
I mean, I guess you could always add them after the fact, it's just more difficult, but.
Well, we could see. I think the guy, one of the reps is in St. Bonnie, so we can
Okay.
see if he can come out.
I do
maybe
like
and
that
talk
idea,
to us.
just
Be nice.
to have that out of the way, and then we just literally have to worry about
I mean, if-
building the splash pad.
you know, if it's not
I know-
overly
I know,
expensive, just to add
And
it
then we don't have to
this.
heat another one, we don't have to, well, I'm assuming
it'll
there's
be-
some sort of little furnace thing in this,
No.
No.
Probably just electric.
just
Oh.
electric.
Yeah.
I don't know, it'll be winterized, the whole thing.
Yeah, everything will
Oh,
be
okay.
drained.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the splash pad thing.
No, blown out and drained.
But no, we'll, it'd be nice if we keep it the same size. Like I said, I don't know how much room we need, and I know the splash pad in Cologne, they have bathrooms there, of course, and then it's built in with the bathrooms, so I could run over there once. That'd be easy.
You need a vacation.
Run to Cologne?
A field trip?
See the Cologne? Oh, Brian will just love that.
Yeah.
I'll leave him here. It'll be.
Then I'll be mad.
Yeah, just double check, I'd say, just to see if.
Yeah, no, we will.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea to go to.
Because I know if we, and then the splash pad moved forward and we'd have to build another structure, I'd be so mad because it'd be like, dang it, why didn't we?
Why didn't we just add on to
Right,
this?
know,
it's like this eyesore sitting right, you know,
Right.
when it
That's
could've all been,
Yep.
Bundled into one?
right.
Then we'll make sure electrical too for the splash pad, and we'll
Yeah.
make sure the service and all
Yep.
that fun stuff is.
Because I'm sure that's
That's
not
the
a-
only.
I don't know if it's a 480 or a 240
I don't know.
or two,
Good question.
what's the new one? 209.
Then another thing is getting power to it. I mean, right now we have a sub panel and it's feeding off of City Hall to that shed. And I wonder if that would be enough. If not, we got the well house right there, and I know that has plenty of juice going to it, so.
Absolutely. I'd like to see a separate line,
I'd like to,
a separate meter and line, just so that we can keep that,
yep, and I don't know the cost of that or.
right, keep track of it and know what our costs are.
Let Eric know, that might be an additional cost.
Okay,
They'll have
a separate line, you
a
think?
separate line, so like a new house, what they'd have to do.
Okay.
Underground
That's like a
tank,
picture,
yeah.
But yeah, that's the goal, is because we got a water line running out there too from City Hall, but we're still gonna put its own service in and everything, so.
Sounds good.
All right, and yeah, so we'll.
Typically 460, so it would be
we'll
a 460 unit.
Reach out.
460? Holy Hannah.
The one that she has pulled up there,
That's from
460 through
Aquatics.
230.
Big bumps. So the high service pumps at the water.
Well, no wonder it's a 1.5-inch line.
I can see.
Well, it's efficiency.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not so much the pump size.
Power,
It's
it's
it's the efficiency of the pump.
Right.
And that's where your higher voltage is gonna be. So, do we have to make any
No,
I have
I
just a
don't-
couple more things from. Are we
Okay.
going to be anchoring the tables down so people can't move them?
It's the price doesn't include tables, so that's another thing you guys might
Yeah.
we have to look into getting costs on, because I know they're gonna,
Have you looked at them at all or no?
not lately.
I think we should talk to Lions or something, maybe they can throw a donation at some tables, or could ask the baseball club or
Yeah,
different
'cause
things
then they can
too.
put the Lions logo on the tables.
Sure. Just something to look into. I'm not too worried about tables at this
Yeah,
point.
I'm more worried about getting the structure up.
Yep, me too.
Getting this thing rolling.
I know the council wanna be like, well, what about table? They're gonna want all the.
They
I
want-
know, and, yeah,
Oh.
I can
You
come
want all
and,
the details.
Not Chad, but.
I can come and, I can mellow all of them out, maybe except for one. So,
What else did you have then? Was that,
That's all I have.
oh, okay.
Yep.
okay,
I don't think,
Tables will be another expense, the black topping to the trail and everything, but it'd be nice to,
And is the grass going to be included in the bid?
it can be, or I mean, it'll be pretty minimal where Brian and I can just haul in compost and seed it.
right.
Yeah, okay.
I think we can do that in-house.
Most of that'll be tore up, just level it off.
Yeah, level it off, and we've done it with other projects. We did with
The basketball courts and whatnot.
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so I think, I'll try and schedule a meeting, coordinate something with both, well, I'll see if we can get a hold of Eric, but the splash pad rep
Yeah.
to, this week, just because I know we want to stay on schedule, so.
Great.
And then anything, I'll keep you updated. We have another meeting May 10th, but, so that'll come up fairly quickly, but. So, but we'll,
What are we going to have to go over at that meeting for this? Nothing really until we get,
I am not sure. It's good to have it just in case
Yeah.
something comes up.
We'll probably
but-
have final plans.
Right. Exactly. It's always nice too to just say, hey, this is what I usually like to email it to you anyways, but in case there's any last minute
It would
stuff.
be nice to know if we can do the splash pad and get the mechanicals in that room, and if we gotta
Right.
move stuff around by then.
Yeah. I mean, probably keep them up to date on everything too.
Yep.
Even once we find out more information, we'll be like, hey, it'll work. We're gonna make it 1 foot wider.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
Yeah, we
oh,
just need to
that'd
add a
be sweet.
foot.
Yeah. So,
It would be, so. All right.
No, that was a lot of good information, so thank you all for
and just
getting it.
tearing down the old Public Works building.
Get her done.
Are you guys gonna do it, or have someone else do it?
I haven't decided yet. If it was me, I'd be tearing it down already by myself. but Brian's making me look at other alternatives, so I'm looking at all the other alternatives. But we're on a time crunch. We gotta get it out of the way,
Yes.
so.
We've been on a time crunch now for
What are the alternatives?
6
Like
years,
Fire practice burn or what?
Selling it,
selling it. That was one of my recommendations.
giving it away. I mean,
I really think somebody's gonna, I mean, maybe nowadays,
with material,
I would love that.
before material costs wouldn't be so high, I'd say, okay, let's just get rid of
but
it.
don't you have to supervise that since it's on city property
Yes.
too?
Yes.
Yes, yep. And so,
Yeah, they have to be licensed and bonded, I'm sure.
Yeah, you can't just have some Joe Schmo come in here and say, yeah, I'll take it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still a good building and everything, and built in 91, so.
Kyle recommended putting it
feels
on
like
our
it's been here
property
a lot
line.
longer.
Yeah, Mike and I we're gonna come and tear it down.
That was what Kyle recommended.
You know, I'm on that block too. I wanna put,
You're a little ways down the street.
can I get the little side?
Kyle wanted the wood shop in that.
Oh no, little side goes on Mike's side.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry to burst your bubble, but no structures on property lines.
Take down my fence, we're gonna put the driveway right between our yards.
But if they agree on it, and so do the neighbors.
right?
How's the neighbors sign off?
All right, let's move on to 4B, Park Commission event discussions.
All right, so, Yeah, I can't believe it's, well, I was like, it's almost summer, but it doesn't feel like it.
Summer's canceled.
Yeah, right?
It's just not coming soon
Spring.
enough this year.
We're gonna move right from winter to summer. It's gonna be 100 before we know it.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, Melissa reminded me that this is a good discussion to have right now. One would be some events that we do is, again, the cleanup on the trail on an annual basis. And then, yeah, just getting set up more for the Mayor Rising Community Festival. I know last year we were there, but it could have been more visible, and we could have had, again, like T-shirts or banners and,
Yeah, can we get a big banner and like a pop-up tent?
yeah, so,
The
Something.
commission then too, I mean, park commission.
Right.
yeah, and
What you
that,
have for collared shirts for the council, but just
Council.
have park commission on it or something like that, or
That'd
whatever.
be nice too, yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
can,
never mind.
I will reach out to all of you with the link to those shirts, and then, I just need a size, and I can get those ordered,
Okay.
so.
Do
Now,
we want it like a banner or like a tablecloth with mayor
well, I was,
on it?
I know it's gonna have, you know, a beer logo on it, but you could probably actually get one of the beer distributors to make a large park board sign.
Yeah.
Well, they don't cost anything.
I know, but
Better off doing the lions or something.
Okay, so we'll put a mayor sticker over the Budweisers.
yeah.
I was trying to save money, I'm sorry.
I'm with you. I know where you're coming from, but I just
Maybe we could serve beer.
I could, the same company that does the T-shirts, I could reach out to them for just like maybe putting together a few concepts,
okay.
like with the mayor logo, and then
Yeah,
like,
park commission.
Randy gets those for the fish fry all the time, those banners.
Oh
where
yeah.
does he get them from?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
I'll
where.
ask-
Yeah.
I just thought, I'm like, who said that they weren't that bad? Because he said he just threw them away. I'm like, what?
Oh,
Ask Andy.
Why would
Okay.
you throw them away?
I'll ask Andy.
No, they're really not. They're pretty cheap.
Yeah, but there's nothing on the backside. So somebody can always use them.
You're write it in with permanent marker.
I'm not talking
Fair part.
us reuse it. I'm saying somebody could use it for a happy
Don't you
birthday
think we should get
banner.
like a 12 by 12 pop-up
Yes.
gazebo thingy?
Sun shelter,
Sun-
whatever
yeah.
they call
Right.
it, like.
Yeah, that'd be good. Is there like a certain color we should look for?
I'd
Like
probably
gray?
say like that dark gray, like mayor, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
something we could even,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
I feel like, you know, I like,
Rising community.
I feel like that yellow would get dirty so
Yep.
quickly though.
I hate yellow. Absolutely.
Dark blue, dark gray, something.
The gray is nice.
I'll put together some, like a thing.
Don't
for
get the
next
angled
meeting.
one though, get the true 12 by 12.
Okay, not angled. Okay, is that like the?
You know, like they say they're the 10 by 10 canopies, but the posts are like this, so it's
Oh,
actually like 8
yeah.
by 8 underneath it.
Yeah.
We're kind of learning about Chad's like.
Pet peeve.
Well, no, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Walking out of the back with a crappy hand dryer to pop
Well,
up
they,
tent.
to me, it's false advertising, dang it. The
It is.
posts are 10 feet apart, but the top's only 8.
Right. Right. It is wrong.
It is wrong.
I've been there.
I suppose I could donate my 12 by 12, my true 12 by 12.
Yeah. No, I'll put together. I'll send you guys the link.
That way you could have like coolers with water to hand out or something for the kids or, you know, it's not sitting there just baking in the sun.
Right.
No, that's a good idea, and then we won't look
Yeah,
like weird.
there you go, freezies.
Approaching people. That
Come
would
here,
look-
little girl.
No, that's seriously.
You got Jolly Ranchers too, so everything was
I-
stuck
I
together.
did.
Oh,
That was a bad
yeah.
call, but I
But
did.
you
I
couldn't. You
did.
couldn't really do it. You couldn't do
I
chocolate
couldn't do
either.
chocolate because
though,
that would have been like parents would have.
Really
You
so
had
mad at
chocolate
me.
out there.
I didn't. I had Dum Dums, Jolly Ranchers, and because I knew it was gonna be so hot that parents would just be so mad at me if I gave chocolate.
Freezies is a great idea.
That's it. Yeah, freezes is where it's at. I think.
Throw 'em in the cooler.
Absolutely.
Doesn't someone give them out already at Mayor Rising?
Well,
We
we'll
can
just get
double
the
up.
giant ones then. We'll get
Yeah,
the
you
giant
gotta-
ones.
you
We'll be
gotta-
the more popular.
I think they cut theirs in half, so they're.
Oh, cheaters.
See, you can go to their
You can have a
booth and
full
get
one
half
at the
of one.
park
You
board.
can come to ours and get a whole one.
Get a-
Don't settle
yeah.
for a half when you can have a full.
Those large ones are where it's at though.
Two hands with these
Big
freezies.
fat ones.
Yeah.
I think I
Oh
bought a
my
pack of like
gosh.
100 of those Welch's ones at Costco or something. They weren't that expensive. My kids were like, cheers.
Have you had the adult flavored ones?
No.
So there's alcoholic ones.
Yeah.
There is. I was just gonna bring that
Pina
up.
colada.
Well, don't screw them up then. Have an adult. You have a bunch of boozed up kids running.
Parents might like that, they'd be sleeping.
Hey, look at that jumpy thing over there.
Falling over.
Oh my. Okay, that's probably not
Sorry.
good.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm just gonna recap quick.
Gotta edit this
Woozy
video.
freezy.
So I'm gonna get you guys a link to the t-shirts so I can get sizes. A banner, I'll put together some concepts, a 12 by 12 pop-up tent that covers 12 by 12, and potential coolers.
You won't be here anyway, so you just make Chad mad and just buy the.
Yeah.
Yeah, when is Rising?
See ya. Yes.
Yeah.
The weekend after 4th.
It's like July 10th usually, or like the second weekend.
Is it the
Second
9th?
weekend.
Are you not gonna be here?
I'll be here this year.
I'll be
I should
flying home from Arizona at 6 o'clock that night.
Somebody that I'm gonna be around.
Ooh, it's either the 9th or the 16th. I think it's
think
the
it's the 9th.
I think it's the
It's
9th.
the
I think
9th.
it's the
Yeah,
9th too.
Yeah.
I got a wedding.
I'll be here in spirit.
You can have my freezies.
What's everybody? What?
Might be back.
This might be the first year I've been here in a long time.
Never seen you on. I've been here.
I know. Usually I'm out of town.
Hey, you're on a bike run or something. There's always a bike run you were on.
Do we know if like alcohol can be a thing, like how Watertown?
That is kind of up to the Mayor Rising Community Festival, because they are kind of a separate entity.
But isn't the state now working on doing away with the 3-2 and going full strength with everything?
You know, I think Minnesota's the last state that offers 3-2 beer, and
But I think it's
so
going through right now.
They're gonna get rid of it?
Voting on it right now.
The current bill has maintains 3-2 beer, but it like makes a whole bunch of other changes.
Another pet peeve for Chad.
yeah, I think we're the
Well,
last.
to me, it don't make sense.
Doesn't make
You
any
can
sense.
still get pie-eyed on 3-2 is the same as you can get pie-eyed on 4-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're.
Well, and the problem
seeing,
is there's such a limited,
Yeah, the supply is
the
limited.
supply is, because we're the only state that does
yeah,
it.
we're the
Our
only
ball
one left,
games, you can
I
get
think.
like premium
Yeah.
something.
We're ending up going around robbing gas stations of their beer because we don't have any to serve.
You can't get like a Busch Light or a Mick Light or a Bud Light. It's all this off-the-wall stuff,
Yep,
Yeah, Minnesota.
and then try and sell it at a ball game.
doesn't work for us.
Go to Wisconsin.
We're so weird about that.
Be like Wisconsin. Beer everywhere.
If we want to do like our own event, then maybe separate from Mayor Rising, would like a fall, like early October. Be something we can start?
Depending on when the opening of the shelter, we could do a grand opening of that or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if it's been open for a
Yeah,
month or two.
but I mean,
we
if
can-
it's been
yeah.
open, I mean, then we
Mhm,
do
we can still
a
do it.
official.
Like a street dance thing?
Yeah, get a band or
Yeah,
something.
and then we can do alcohol.
You do a Halloween thing.
So since it would be at the community center, can't one of the bars do the same thing that they would do here for a wedding? If we as a city would hire them?
Yeah, I think you can bring in like a. You can bring in somebody.
If it's outside, you gotta fence it off.
Yeah, there's like if it's outside, it
You have to have a double
has to be
fence.
fenced. And
Double
you
fence.
have
I
to
don't think
Watertown
they do
don't do
anymore.
that.
No, because Watertown doesn't.
Really?
And where
No.
else was I? And they did.
You can walk right in.
Really?
also
the
There's, like,
festival that
double
I
fenced and-
managed in Maple Plain
rules
had
have
it.
changed.
Like you had to have a fence.
See,
That
if you
was
think of like when you
5 or 6
buy,
years
if
ago.
you're ever buying a beer out of like a cart or something, you're always in like a place you got into via
Right.
a gate.
Like
You know,
Mount
like-
Fish Fry has a fence
Yeah,
around
In Hollywood, they do
perimeter.
their, They got the beer garden and everything set up. They got the snowmobile fencing, or that
Yeah.
yellow, or not yellow.
Orange.
fencing.
But that wouldn't be the end of the world.
No, it's doable.
It adds more to them.
But Watertown, they don't though, right?
They just have that one side, and then they have like barrels
Oh, and you can't just
blocking
bring
the
your drink
street.
past
Right,
that.
you're not, they have a sign saying you can't bring your drink
Yeah.
past
Yeah, I
this.
think you have to have at least an enclosure, because that's the area that's like insured.
No one-
Yeah.
Like, we're even
Couple
line
extra
string, and you're just like, this is the boundary.
Yeah, not that, yeah, it's.
Not even 21 up in that area. It just needs to be, you
Right.
can't bring
Right.
your drink past that.
And you have
Right.
to have bands, I
Yeah.
believe,
That's not that bad.
right?
City cop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
couple sheriffs.
I had to check IDs once, it's
Like
stressful.
Oktoberfest or,
Yeah, I don't wanna do that.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Mhm.
But it'd be hard being a first-year startup, or it would be good, you know, it's hard to say. But then you'd
people
almost
might be
need to,
looking for more stuff to do now that.
but then you'd almost need like a out-of-town brewery that makes a lot of different kinds, or
Yeah, to have a,
somebody to almost sponsor the event.
to have a brew truck or something.
Right,
'Cause that'd be easier, cause then you can just pull the
Right.
truck up and fence around it.
and a well-known brewery to bring, you know, and then have food trucks.
Cause Waconia Brewery, I think, actually has one.
I think, I'd have to look into it a little bit more, it's been a while, but I think sometimes like if you wanna raise money for the park board or something, I think you have to do it with like a nonprofit.
Maybe the Lions.
There's always
Yeah,
one.
I think the Lions could do it now because they've been established for 3 years, there's like rules.
Are we nonprofit as the baseball club?
We could do it,
And we hold the liquor license.
and we could donate the money back to the park.
Yes, we could. Next meeting. Talk about it.
Next
You have
Monday.
meetings every month.
Yeah, Monday, yes. Jeez, that's fast already.
Yep, next Monday.
Do it like October 8th.
Fall event sounds good, I think.
Yeah. I think
Summer
it's
just gets so
time.
packed, like,
Yeah.
Yep.
people
And we
are
don't
usually
really have
looking
time
for
to
more
plan.
stuff to do once kids go
In
back to
October, it
school.
still should be decent out, hopefully.
But we could still talk to the local establishments too and see if they wanna get involved at all.
Can we see if the community center is? Because that's probably hard to block off.
Yeah, I can look at the calendar and see what's open. That's
isn't it
probably good to
outdoor
get
event, though?
done now, cause it usually
You'd
kinda,
probably want,
Need a rain option?
and you may not want, like, if
pavilion.
someone has a wedding,
Yeah, you don't wanna double
don't-
up. If
yeah.
there's a wedding here, we don't wanna be doing it out there.
No.
usually, yeah, usually we're
Talk about
pretty good.
parking.
Oh, exactly.
That'd be parking.
And everything will be so beautiful then, cause we're getting new floor and we're painting, so.
yeah, nice.
Looking
Perfect.
good.
Have our own bar in here, yeah.
Yeah, so I can look into like the alcohol stuff a little bit more and how, like the team thing, how that all works and.
Yeah, cause I thought they were changing the rules.
Well, we were hoping they were gonna.
There's always like exceptions and like you can do this, but there's an exception, and so you have to just be careful. So.
Sounds good.
Can we block off like a Saturday in October on the?
Let me
Can you,
look
like,
and
Email us and ask.
yeah, I can just tentatively look and block it off tentatively for the park commission.
For our next meeting or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Do we know if we do have a part of the trail?
That's the thing. I've been like
Why would we
going
clean
back
the
and
wrong
forth
part?
with the county for years. And like I just like cannot get a straight answer.
I did email them too.
Did
And,
you?
like, someone said, "Can you answer this for her?" And
They never got back to me either. Yeah. Yeah, I'll double check with them again, but I've done that
Is the
too.
sign gone?
I get
Yeah.
well, the thing is like
There's two Bradley signs, like
Yeah,
right here,
there's-
right here, both facing the same way.
but then there's like a park commission in the
You're
middle.
Clear then. There's no, not Bradley
What?
It's so yeah. And I was just yeah, that's the same thing that happened to me, Melissa. Is I got like they kind of had it at somebody and they never really got back to me. So I'll see if I can, email them back and be like, "Hey, where's this at?" So,
Perfect.
so Are we done with that one?
I
for
believe
now?
we're done with that. I think, yeah. What
Okay.
Some ideas?
what do you want to update us on?
Yeah, so as some of you probably know, I am leaving the city of Mayor.
Where to?
I took a position in Watertown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going real far.
I know, I'm sorry. No, so my last day will be the 16th of May. No, the 13th of May. I
16th is
don't
fine.
know. 13th, yes,
16th.
13th, Friday.
You already said 6.
So one option that the personnel committee is talking about tomorrow is having me stay on for park commission. And just kind of making sure the projects keep moving forward, especially, I think the pavilion is pretty good, but I think starting the discussion for a splash pad. Because otherwise it wouldn't, I don't know, it wouldn't, if we got, I think the tentative date to get a new city administrator in is in September, and I think when they come in, because that's when I came in, and it's kind of like budget season and just so much going on at that time, that I think they just don't want things to kind of fall through. So, but with that, I do have meetings in Watertown on the dates that we currently have park commission, so it would have to be pushed off. We'd have to temporarily push them off a week.
So
if-
the opposite weeks of council.
Right.
But
So it would be the third Tuesday of the month instead of the second. Okay, so that's
What we can
something.
do to keep you on board for that.
Right.
Yeah, because like you said, it would just suck to lose a lot of progress, so.
Are we
Yeah.
pushing
Whatever you're-
for splash pad next year?
I think so.
Melissa says yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
If my wife is here, she'd be saying, "Oh yeah."
Because it would be nice to just carry straight into it.
I agree. I agree.
I
If
think-
budgets work out and stuff, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think like when we brought it to the council, one thing that was important to them is to get community input, and so having those open houses, I think, would be important this year,
I agree.
because I think otherwise council might.
Well, I think at Mayor Rising, it would be good if we had
That
something
would
before
be
that.
Yeah,
something.
some
If we
billboards.
get
and
some
stuff like that.
posters in your
big
tent.
posters to
Yep.
show what it's gonna look like.
Or
What do you
different
want to see
elements
Or
of
what do you-
that.
yeah.
at our
Yeah.
proposed splash pad?
I think I've seen like
Yeah.
where they do like a post-it on like.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, like almost like a,
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think
The
we can
tail
get
on the
really
mountain type of thing.
creative, but I think that's the biggest piece that would need to that we would need to focus on this summer, because I think that's.
council wants to see
Council really
this
wants
if
that.
we do that next year.
Because I think, yeah, I agree. I think there should be some
do we have a little model?
yeah,
No?
little action figures. No, so
Your
that
free
would
time, why don't you make
Yeah.
something?
What do you blow on to blow the water?
yeah. So that would be. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
You
But
said like
there's no-
June or July for your replacement?
September, but we'll have an interim
Do
administrator.
they join the meetings?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think if I'm doing them, I don't think they
Oh,
would.
no, not if you're here, no.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and I think, yeah, so I think it would be me just focusing on park commission, and then just so they can be in the office more because they're only here
Right.
20 to 24 hours. So, yeah, so we'll talk about that. But no, I just really wanted to thank all of you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
It's-
Hopefully we can.
I feel like we've done a lot of good projects. I'm really excited how far. You know, we've really done a little bit of everything in every park, and yeah, I think Kyle and I are just like, let's get this built because I think it'll be great for Old
It's
School.
kind of funny, because the interim administrator is our previous administrator, and we were working on the same project when she left.
Yeah, exact same project, so.
So it's just, God's government.
But
So
yeah,
You're gonna get this to bid before you leave?
it will probably be after, but at least we'll have everything in. If the council approves me working on it, I'll keep working on making sure this project.
So then when we take it to council, will you be at that meeting?
Probably, yeah. I'll probably, anything park related, I'll be present for, so.
Is this coming in May 9th?
It will come, something will come May 9th. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but I believe,
Yeah, I forget.
like he had some timeline. So I think I have to get something, yeah. I think it's the bidding, well, I'll double check, but.
Yeah, there's currently a tentative timeline, but then it goes up.
There's something
Final plans
next.
will go to council for bid.
Right.
Is listed for, I don't know.
It might be the second meeting in May, but I think there's something in the first meeting of May too. But again, I'm not too far
We'll
away.
review it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, on May 10th, yeah.
Okay,
So it won't go to
May
council until
26th.
the next.
present final documents to bid
Yeah.
and get approval from council.
Yep, so I'll help keep, again, if they approve that, I'll help make sure everything stays on track and stuff like
Sounds good.
that. Yeah. That's all I have, unless Kyle has something.
How's hockey rink?
Need to do some grading.
Still, is it still skatable?
Yeah.
A little puddle down
Off
there.
and
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah, it depends
Last
on
night
the
it
day.
froze again, so,
Right?
yeah. Every year though, it's just, it just kills the grass every year.
Right, it does. It's
Uh,
tough.
It's tough.
It is tough.
Reseed it, we're gonna regrade it. And be nice.
Can't you just leave it permanently?
Oh, we're gonna regrade it to help with flooding. We're gonna fill it in a little bit, cause it kinda settled and it takes a ton of water to fill up. the-
Doesn't it have a liner?
No, we don't do the liner.
You just flood
But
it,
if we
flood
would
it.
purchase a liner, then
Well,
couldn't
we
you
don't
just
want
leave
to.
it?
Those are
You-
kind of like they can get holes.
Yeah, they're a major,
Pain in the,
I
so-
wasn't sure.
major
yeah, so the ice like floats on liners, and so we drive equipment on there, it like literally
shifts, yeah.
Gotcha.
pushes the ice
Breaks,
right out.
yeah.
I wasn't sure.
No, good
How does
question though.
Watertown- Is there's concrete underneath?
There's
It's
asphalt.
asphalt.
I think it's asphalt.
Oh, it is
Blacktop,
asphalt.
yep.
Yeah, I
Is
know
that
they don't.
an option we could do too?
Pave it.
It's a big area.
I know it's a big area,
It's an
but
option, definitely, and then you can put like basketball hoops up or something down
but
there.
if we're
Yeah,
gonna
just
keep
like Watertown
doing
did.
it,
Yeah.
I mean, instead of constantly every year having to redo it, reseed
Way
it.
to do it is to
Parks
do
project.
either concrete or blacktop and then paint it white.
White,
Otherwise, black and ice just.
don't mix.
No, oh, no.
And Watertown, that's what they're like, don't blacktop it. That's exactly what they said, so. But yeah, man, if it was nice and even and,
Pickleball courts.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. I think we should bring that at
Pickleball
some
court.
point to
Oh, there
park
you
board
go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the new
Well,
crazy.
to concrete it or whatever, make maintenance easier and everything and
Yeah, it'd
use
be
it for
nice
other
to-
things.
I mean, we have the lights. It'd be
Yeah, you
nice to
got the
have
lights.
dual
People want
purpose.
pickleball courts in town
They do.
already,
Yeah,
so,
we've been
Tennis
asked,
or
yeah.
whatever.
exactly. Dual purpose it.
Future.
Put it on our list.
Another
Yep.
project.
Add it to the list.
3 years down the road after this last.
Maggie, you're not leaving for a long time.
I don't think the pickleball would be pretty spendy.
All right, with that, I'll be looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Right at the end.
Try my wife.
Probably.
Somebody's checking in why you aren't working yet. That's what it is.
Where's the pointer?
They heard the boozy freezing.
Oh, yeah.
Said he was at the park.